What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video, and this video is going to be a little bit different. I've done a lot of sit-downs the last couple of weeks, and I hate doing sit-downs, so the weather kind of cooperating. It was supposed to downpour, but it's clear as day out here. And it was pretty bad this morning. It was wet and kind of rainy looking, and it's blinding out here, the sun. But this video is why I haven't been modding the truck lately. And it's not that I don't have necessarily anything to install. I do have quite a few parts to install. Part of it is I can't decide what to do, you know. And currently with the engine project closing in several months, which is going to be where this entire thing is just going to go to the next level. I haven't had really a lot to think about doing, you know. There's not a lot of stuff that I want to do in the meantime, minus a differential. I think that'll probably be where I go first, but I just haven't decided if I want to wait till the engine project's done or if I want to just go ahead and knock it out, you know. There's a lot of decisions I have to make on that one, but everything else is kind of where I'd like it to be for now. Of course, paint is in the future, like I've said before, but there's a lot of little things that need to be taken care of, like maintenance-wise, and that's part of the reason that I haven't done a lot of modding videos. Is I need to do a lot of maintenance on the truck to keep it going. It's got 228,000 miles on it, so this video is serving as kind of a threefold kind of thing. It's why I haven't modded this lately, an event that we might be going to this weekend, and some other little ins and outs I wanted to cover. I'll also be doing a studio tour at the end of this video to show you guys the new studio setup, which is finally about 90% finished. We just have to put up a shelf. But so the truck, like I said, is pretty much about as close as you can get right now to where I need it to be before the big project starts in a few months. Basically what it's got done to right now, if you're new to the channel, it is currently lowered 3 inches out back, 2.5 inches up front. That's the biggest, most noticeable thing about it. It's got aftermarket headlights and taillights, an aftermarket exhaust, Flowmaster Super 40 to be exact. Has a 93 octane tune from Brand Speed. It's got an intake. That's really about it. That's all the kind of little odd stuff it's got. The wheels, of course, and I really want to be nitpicky. I name everything, but I just want to get the main stuff out of the way. Basically, the engine project is going to take up the majority of the early beginning of the year. It's going to be the most expensive thing we've ever done with this thing. I could buy a car. I could buy another car for as much as this engine project is going to be doing. But I'm not doing that, obviously. I mean, I've been wanting to do this engine project since I got the truck, and why not finally do it, you know? So there's not a lot of specifications I want to release yet on the engine project until I have everything. There's another little hidden project that me and my friend Josh are talking about doing that we might work out, as long as the money's there. So basically that's that. That's why the truck hasn't been modded. It's basically I'm in save mode for the engine project, and literally what I'm going to start doing is any money I have left over each time I get paid for my last pay, it's going straight into my savings. So that way I can build my my savings up even more and continue to fund. That way, you know, maybe I'll have enough money to do a bunch of other stuff I wanted to do to the truck during that time period. And I've got a few shops lined up that I'm going to be talking to, one of which that Kaysen told me about today that would do it for really good, who knows these chassis. So that'd be nice to have someone who knows this chassis work on it. And basically there's a lot that needs to go into it, because I got to get the engine built, I got to get everything machined and surfaced and all that stuff, because I'm not getting a brand new block. I'm not replacing the 4.0 completely. I'm just taking my block, redoing everything, and then putting new parts on top of it. I have to get the new block assembled, new heads and all that stuff. And originally I was going to keep it relatively secret, but I think I've mentioned it a few videos before, so it's not necessarily new news to anyone on the engine project and what it'll consist of. It'll be consisting of SSM heads, SSM cams, as well as ARP head studs for boost-oriented use. And the secret project is obviously going to coincide with that. Basically, I'll probably, if I can afford it, we'll go for it internals just to save my engine from blowing up at a drag strip, because that's what this truck's primarily going to be used for, is for a daily driver and drag racing. It's not going to be very good at daily driving, that's for sure, because it's going to idle and be loud and obnoxious, because I'm probably going to get a lot of exhaust work done. Because if you're not new to the Sport Track community, the Gen 1 Sport Track had 4 catalytic converters, 1 ginormous muffler, which mine doesn't have anymore, obviously, and very, very thin headers that are just short cast. They're not even tubular. So my dilemma is if my secret project that I'm working on with Josh goes to plan, I might try to see if there's an exhaust shop that can custom make long tubes for this truck. There are currently no long tube offerings for the Gen 1 Sport Track, as the Mustang's long tubes, they'll bolt on, but they cannot clear the power steering rack, or the power steering system. So that's what I've heard. The only header options available for these trucks that you can buy are short tubes, and preferably I want to go long tube just for the added benefits, I guess you could say, that long tubes have. I don't know if it's actually true if they add benefits over the short tubes, but I don't know. I'll have the exhaust guys comment below and tell me which one's better, shorts or long tubes. Because if I can just do short tubes, if short tubes aren't that much different or that much better, I'll probably do that because that'll save time. And of course, my plan is, depending on what happens with housing, because where I am right now in the state of Georgia, there is emissions. In Metro Atlanta, most of the counties require emission. However, the county that me and Hayden and possibly even Kaysen now are talking about moving into doesn't require emissions. So if we move there, I'll be cutting everything out. There'll be no catalytic converters. It'll be straight pipe to the muffler. And I will be retaining the Flowmaster. My original idea was to switch to Borla attacks, but I like the sound the Flowmaster gives off, and it was a gift, and I'm not going to let that gift go to waste. So we'll be switching over. We'll be keeping the Flowmaster, but everything before it will be switching out. Which means I will be retaining the 2.25 inch diameter of the exhaust. I know I could get more power out of it, but I don't know. I really just like the Flowmaster, and it was a gift, and I'm not going to do that. Keep the gift on and then just get rid of it for something else, you know? So that's that. So the engine project, like I said, has been coming in a few months. There are a lot of variables. The exhaust is one of the biggest variables. If it might happen, it might not happen, depending on money. And that's really just everything, because I've budgeted out everything already. The engine build is basically budgeted for and is ready. You know, everything I've got for is ready to go. I just have to wait for the rest of the money to come in next year, at the beginning of next year, which isn't too far away, because that's January, February-ish. So when the money will come in, so you know, I'll be golden. I'll be ready to go. But that's that. The truck is basically just sitting. It's on hiatus when it comes to mods. I might do a little things here and there to get it ready for the engine project. There's a lot of little stuff I need to take care of. Like, for example, I got a smog test next week, and hopefully we won't have the same event as last year. Last smog test, the 2017 one we did, the truck died in the emissions bay. It wouldn't start, so that was a debacle. It still passed after we got it running again, so it did fine. This year though, I don't know how it's going to react, because it is on a tune this year. It wasn't on a tune last year. It did deal with a misfire, so I don't know how it's going to react to the smog test, but hopefully everything goes well, because that's next week. I'll probably do a video on it as well, just cause. But that's that. Yeah, so that's where the truck has been. Now, like I said earlier in the video, there's an event going on this weekend that me and the guys might try to go to. Fortunately, Casey won't be able to make it. He'll be out of town. It might just be me and Hayden and Michael, like always, it seemed recently, but part of that is everyone's been busy. You know, Kaysen has had work. Jake's had his girlfriend to hang out with, all that kind of stuff. So that's that. We will, of course, be hanging out with them more probably in this weekend. Kaysen comes back in on Sunday, and the event we're going to goes on Saturday and Sunday. So if we only go to one day, we'll probably choose Sunday. But we got asked to, we didn't get formally invited, and we're going for free or anything, but we were asked to come down to Streetcar Takeover in Commerce this weekend, Streetcar Takeover Atlanta. And the plan, originally I was going to plan on competing and doing, you know, a cool video on how a 228,000 mile motor handles drag racing, but, and, you know, use this as learning experience for my first drag event. But the problem is that the truck, of course, again, has 228,000 miles. So I don't want to go out there on the drag strip on the quarter-mile track and just risk it all and, you know, blow this motor up and, you know, what am I going to drive home in? I have to pay for towing it home and all that stuff, and it's going to eat away from the actual engine build. So it's just like, that's one thing that's kind of risky. It's a 50-50 shot probably that it would either go and blow up or it might not. I mean, I've beat on it a lot since I got it, so it's probably fine, maybe. I don't know. Another thing I'm concerned about is the rules and regulations. This truck leaks oil. It does leak power steering. So the problem is would they let me run at all, because I'd be leaking, and I don't want to waste the drive up there and not be able to compete. So we probably wind up taking both the S2K and the Charger, if not only the Charger, if we do go at all, which is also up in the air. But if we go, it'll be a fun event. At least Michael will get to get some runs in and get a feel for drag racing himself. It's not a sport he necessarily wanted to get into, but for the car he owns, drag racing is kind of a thing for him. Chargers are really good at going in a straight line, not good at handling corners. So it'll be an interesting one to see for sure what the Charger can and cannot stack up against for sure. But with all that said, I think it's time we move into the studio tour, and let's get into that. Alright, so we're inside my normal bedroom, and this is where all my computer stuff sat before we got the new studio set up. This is the box from the desk. So the first thing you're going to obviously notice is, why the heck is there ginormous extension cord in here? And that is because there's no power outlets in there. So I'm having to use an extension cord plugged out here going underneath the door. And it's a little on the big side, but here is the setup itself. I've got the wheel taken down for now, as I'm trying to finalize where I want to put everything permanently. I got my printer in the corner because it didn't fit on the desk, because the monitor's there. But this is the setup. This is a brand new desk. We just put it up last night. I actually filmed Tuesday's video right before we put it up. But I've got the secondary monitor, which you guys have seen on this channel for a long time. We've got the normal laptop screen right here. Got my Patriot Viper mouse up. We've also got my little USB dongle down here. I have about 4 extra USB ports on the computer now, which is really nice. Because that means I can plug more stuff into it. I have a drawer which currently just has my headphones and my adapter piece from my iPhone X. Insert iPhone joke here. The GoPro, the SD card. Also got down here my chat headset. I did break the Logitech G230, so I need to get some new ones. I love the G230s. They were great headphones. If I don't get G230s, I plan on getting a mic anyway. I also got my Xbox controller right here. And that's basically it for right now. I'm looking for another cord, like an aux cord of some sort, to hook up to the second monitor, because the one it comes with doesn't reach to the splitter over here. This is the adapter that converts VGA to HDMI that I did that video on when I did the plugging my Xbox up to it and stuff, which I use now for the computer, obviously. Here's the aux port for it, and the aux cable for it is on the back over here, if I can reach it. And it's not the greatest quality. It's kind of broken, but you see it's very, very short. So this is coming from direct behind the monitor to right here. Is not enough to reach around the laptop and reach the splitter. So that's that. As you can see, there's the splitter right there, and there's the cable. So that's why that's that. Because I prefer to have, like, whenever I'm moving stuff around or I'm putting the wheel up on here or something like that, I can just turn it off the headset and onto this monitor for the speakers for it, so it'll play the audio out of it, and I can grab everything as I need. So that's that. That's why that's the case. But all in all, I like this setup a lot. It's not too claustrophobic in here. My mom's was a little concerned about me getting claustrophobic because I have the giant wall of totes right here, and a lot of these were right here where the bookshelf box is. I still have to put that together. But I did that so I could make room. So there's a lot of other stuff I need to take care of in here, and try to make it a little bit more organized. Like I was saying, this will be the future home of the podcasts and stuff we do, like the Caffeine and Octane, of course, will be done in here. All the gaming streams will be filmed in here. I plan on possibly doing one tonight, which is Tuesday when you guys are seeing this video, or Thursday when you guys are seeing this video, but I'm filming this on Tuesday, and Tuesday night is when I plan on doing the stream. We'll try to play some COD Zombies or something like that, so we've been into that a lot lately. So, all that though, thank you guys so much for watching and for tuning into another video on the channel. This one was a little bit long, but I wanted to get everything out of the way with the truck not being modded lately. And I wanted to kind of just talk more about Streetcar Takeover. We might go, we might not. So, I'll probably talk about it more on Friday's video for sure. Or on Saturday's video, I should say. But all that said, thank you guys so much, and we'll see you guys next time.